Hi guys, happy Tuesday Night Live. I am running a little bit late today. I think it's about 7:30, maybe 7:32. If you know me well, you know I actually don't have a clock that has hands in my stamp room, which I'm going to fix soon, but it has not yet been resolved yet. So, but I'm running late. I have a super easy holiday card to show you today, and yet I think really kind of cool. So I'm glad that you're tuning in, but it's also November 1st, rabbit. I don't know if you do that, if anybody does that, but it's supposed to bring you luck for the month if you remember to say it first thing in the morning. Don't always remember. But I did today. So hopefully it's a good month. Hopefully you remember to say it if that's something you subscribe to. In any case, it's November 1st, which means that everybody can now finally order the fitting florets collection. So let me flip you down. That's actually not what the card is, but I don't want you to miss out on this. So let me flip you down. I'm Maureen and Marie. Okay, so excuse me. The collection features this unbelievable designer series paper. Once this is sold out, it is not coming back. It will not be in the new catalog. You will not be able to get it again, except on eBay for a lot of money. You don't want to do that. So I'll just show you the really good side of all of this. There's a lot of the blue and green patterns, which are my fave. I'm down to this much of this paper. I love this paper. This paper also, I feel like that would make a good like summer man shirt, to be honest. And then this, I would buy this shirt in a heartbeat. Okay, and then on the other side, so let me flip these over so you can see what the other side looks like. Gotta stick this little half piece out more so. Okay, so we've got some pink Blushing Bride, some of the evening evergreen plaid gingham, some of it mixed with the blue, some straight out blue, some pink, polished pink, and then some soft succulent. So very soft, or not so soft, but pretty soft, usable backgrounds. And then these are the foregrounds, if you will, that are gorgeous. So this pack of paper is only available as supplies last. I can almost guarantee that will absolutely sell out. The other thing that is only available as supplies last is my favorite Christmas holiday greeting set called Framed and Festive. Works great with the set, but works great on its own, frankly. A little Merry Christmas and a little from all of us. And then fa la la, la 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 la, Noel, may the season be filled with peace and joy. Have yourself a merry little Christmas from our home to yours. And 'tis a season to be jolly. Really great sayings, really fun fonts. Love this. Only available now. Once it sells out, you won't get it again. Okay, the things you will be able to get moving into the new catalog, if you so choose, I would not wait, is the Framed Florets stamp set and the Framed Florets dies, which look like these. And I did a whole video on this a couple of weeks ago, so you can go back and find that. But these are the things that are cut out with the dies. Really cool. And right now, if you get the collection, which includes the paper, the extra, plus this is a red rubber stamp. My favorite. I don't know if it's yours, but red rubber stamp, photopolymer stamp, die set, and these embellishments, which will not be in the new catalog. So if you are interested in getting that, here's the information you need. Right now, you can get the whole collection for $97.50. And here's the code number. It's 163129. and it is currently available for everybody, customers, demonstrators, everybody can get it. Once one part of it sells out, you're going to have to start getting it in bits and pieces, which means, if the DSP sells out or the embellishments sell out, you just have to start ordering everything else. So we do have numbers. If you are interested in any of this, go to my website if you're my customer, or go to your demonstrator's website if you're not my customer, and you'll be able to excuse me, click on this special and you can get all the information if you choose to order it separately. But if you choose to order it together, there it is. Fitting Florets collection. Okay. Let me move all of that aside and get on to tonight's project. Okay, I have a super, super simple project to show you. It's a holiday card, and it is based on a card that I did several months ago. So you may have seen this on here before. It's actually simpler than this card here because it's the holidays and we need things simpler. But it's difficult for you to see, but it stands up so it would stand up on a desk, which is really kind of cool. I probably should have begun this video by saying, my name is Betty Sakosha. I'm a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and the team leader of the Power of Positive Inking. And I forgot to say all that, so I apologize. In any case, this is the card we're going to make, but we're going to make it holiday-esque. So, excuse me. Let me grab to show you where this is in your mini catalog. So we're going to use some unbelievably beautiful and yet potentially overlooked paper that you can find in your current mini catalog, and it is found on page 40. So this is your mini catalog. It's right over here, this paper right over here in the corner. It's called Snowflake 12x12 Specialty Vellum paper. It sells for $10, and you get 6 sheets, 2 each of 3 designs. However, it's a little bit different than even that describes it. So let me bring it in so I can show you what it is, and then we'll make the cards. So 3 of the sheets are vellum with flocking. Can you appreciate that flocking that's on there? So this is the back of it is very muted. You'd never use the back of it because the front of it is so beautiful. Okay, so there's one with a lot of snowflakes, one with slightly less but more uniform snowflakes, type A snowflakes, we're going to call them, on this paper, again with flocking. And then we have the Charlie Brown snow, that's what I call it, again on vellum and with flocking. Okay, so that's 3 sheets of the paper. Now the exact same patterns exist, but in foil. So check this out. Ooh, so cool, right? You can see that very clearly on camera. It is awesome. So here's my Charlie Brown snow, my type A snowflakes, and my randomly falling snowflakes. This paper is gorgeous. So today's card is going to use the foil vellum that I just showed you. We're going to start with a piece of cardstock that is 8 1/4 inches. So you're just going to cut 1/4 inch off this side and 4 1/4 inches tall. Then you're going to bring in some way to score this. So you may use your score pal, you may use your trimmer. Either way will work. See if I can zoom in just a little bit so you can, well, probably doesn't matter. What's more important than anything is that you have the measurements. So I'm going to tuck these up here in the corner, and then excuse me, I will post them to the video. But it's 1 3/8. And I know you're already thinking, 3/8, Betty. Yeah, you got to do the 3/8. If you're using the trimmer, make sure that you take this dark blade and move it far away, because that blade will cut your paper, and that will make you sad. I have to start again. The next is 2 3/4. The next measurement is 5 1/2. And then the final measurement is 6 7/8. But if you are lazy like me, just because I don't want to open, the truth is, this is truly lazy. There's an arm here on this trimmer that opens up so that you can measure much further out. But I'm too lazy to open the arm, even though I just showed you that. And you can go 1 3/8 again from the other side. It's going to do the exact same thing. Okay. So let me reinforce my score lines. Like so. And I will do the same from this side here. Like so. Okay, so now I've got all of my score lines. This ultimately is going to be what it looks like. It's a top shot of what it's going to look like. When it folds really small, but that's not how we're actually going to put it into an envelope. Excuse me. I'm going to grab some tea. I am getting over whatever I had. But I'm not there quite yet. All right. So now I cut my paper, my beautiful foil paper. This piece is going to fit right here on here. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful, right? Oh, by the way, this is the Orchid Oasis paper that I'm using because it really, I don't know, it just enhances those little snowflakes, which is great. So this is cut at 2 5/8 inches by 4 inches. So you get a lot of these. Anything that's cut into 4s is going to give you, you're going to get 12 of these per sheet. Yeah, 12 of these per sheet of cardstock. Now, I have not done this pattern with vellum, with vellum. This is vellum. I haven't done this with the flocking one, but I probably will do it afterwards. You could do a lot of cards and be done very quickly with just this pack of paper. Okay, so the thing about vellum is you have to be careful because vellum shows, the adhesive shows through vellum. So we're going to use, I have it, it was just out of reach, sorry. It's always not too far for me. Okay, so you're going to turn your cardstock over, or your vellum over, and we're just going to find some little tiny spots. There's a few different ways that you can apply glue to vellum to not show, but given that so much of this in the front is not going to show through, this is how we're going to do it. So I'm just finding some spots, some larger spots, because I've already indicated to you I'm pretty lazy. If I can't be bothered to open my ruler, I'm definitely taking the easy way out here. Okay. So now I'm just going to turn that over. Luckily, this pattern does not require you don't have to worry about the top or the bottom. Just going to apply a little pressure there. And your vellum is now stuck on. Okay, now the next pieces that we're going to bring in is my Charlie Brown Snow. Same thing, the foil Charlie Brown Snow. And, excuse me, it's going to be 1 1/8 by 4 inches. Okay, and these are going to be on the 2 outside pieces. This is a little bit more challenging to do it this way, but there's a lot of opportunities for glue here. Now, another way you can do this in a way that I've shown you previously is that you can take a little sponge and use your silicone mat, put a little bit of glue in your silicone mat and dab it all over the back of the vellum, and it doesn't show through. But since I did this with the snowflakes, I figured I would show you this with the Charlie Brown Snow as well. All right, so that's going to go in that panel. I'm telling you, if you could get done, well, depends. How many Christmas cards do you send? Leave a note. Tell me how many Christmas cards you send. But let's say you send less than 50, close to 50. You could be done making your Christmas cards in one Hallmark movie. That's awesome, isn't it? All right, I like this at the top for some reason. All right, let's see. Hello, Janice. I noticed Janice's... I may have missed some comments that have come through because I wasn't able to see, but we're discussing how many Christmas cards everybody sends. Okay, so this card is nearly done. Excuse me. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is you need a 1 inch by 5.5 inches. So 1 inch by 5.5 inches, and this is going to go across the middle. This is what's going to hold. This is actually called a bridge card, and this is the bridge. So that's what holds the card together. Okay, you're going to put a greeting on here. So I brought in the Brightest Glow, which is a current greeting set from the current mini catalog. And here's the number if you need that, 159542. It's got a lot of interesting fonts, really pretty, some really nice words. And I just like it. Plus it fits. And a lot of times in the world of Stampin' Up, to be honest, sometimes that is how you choose your greeting because of what fits on your card. So I'm going to use this Season's Greetings here. And I'm using my Orchid Oasis. This is funny. I pulled out the stamp and I don't have a block. Hang on 1 second. Not sure what I was thinking with that. Okay, so I'm going to use this block on a diagonal because it fits. Okay, so I'm using this Season's Greetings. I like that font there. And this strip here is a 1/2 inch by 5.5 inches. So I'm going to gently tap this and hopefully not get too much. Yeah, that's good. Okay. This is dicey. This is dicey because it's a 1/2 inch stamp and a 1/2 inch piece of paper. Okay. Kind of missed a little bit down here. So let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more time. All right. Excuse me if my head gets in here, but this might be an easier way for me to do it. Okay. Here's hoping, fingers crossed. Season's Greetings. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let me move that out of the way because I'm going to use that again in a minute. That's going to go across the center of this. You could make this strip smaller if you wanted to. You could make the blue strip here, whatever size you need it to be for this. But if you wanted it a little bit smaller, you certainly could make it, you know, like 3/4 of an inch, which would leave a tiny little border. But I'm going to go with the inch and then the 1/2 inch on the inside. So just a little bit of glue right across the center, like so. Now this, whoops, that slid right down there. Sneaky glue. Okay, that's good, that's straight. Okay, so now here's the I don't want to say the trickiest, but the most important part of this card you want to remember is that you need to fold in one side. Doesn't matter if it's the front side or the back side. I'm going to fold it right here. So I shouldn't say the back side, the left side or the right side. So I'm going to fold the right side in like this. And I'm going to put adhesive only enough to fit on this panel. I don't want it to get on this panel or this panel. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on the edge of the two sides here, just on the edge. Because this card is likely to be handled quite often, I'm actually going to use some tear tape. Green glue would work on it, but I'm going to show you how I do this with my tear tape. Okay, so I'm going to put that just on that edge. and this edge. Now, the panel that we're putting it on is 1 1/4 inches. So you want to be careful that how far out this comes, it's not bigger than 1 1/4 inches. Your adhesive should not be more than 1 1/4 inches in from the side. All right, that was probably clear as mud, but you only need to make one that doesn't work, and that's a little life lesson you'll never forget. Okay, so I'm folding in the right side only. I'm finding the spot I want to put it on, which is probably about 1 inch or so up from the bottom. So I'm pushing it on here. The adhesive is on here and here. And then the card stands like so. Perfect, right? But it goes into an envelope like that. So it fits into an envelope and then it will stand up. So there's your cool sparkly card. Now you're probably wondering, how the heck are you going to sign this card? So the back of the card, excuse me, is going to have one little piece, and this piece is I'll tell you, 2 5/8 by 4 inches. 2 5/8 by 4 inches. And I'm going to use another greeting from here for the inside. So I'm going to use wishing you a season of hope and light, because I feel like, I don't know, it just seems to go with this foil paper. I really like that. Another one that's in here that is really kind of, I don't know, speaks to me anyway. May the peace of the season light up your world, and may your new year be the brightest. That could be another great one to use with this as well. But I'm going to go with this other one, because I already pulled it out. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this on this little back piece. Ah, crooked. I'm going to stamp this one on this little back piece. There we go. Much better. It's such a pretty font though, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to cover up the crooked side. And I would hold off on doing this, to be honest. I would cut all these pieces, stamp them all, and sign them. Because it's going to be easy for you to adhere them at the end than to sign it once it's adhered here. Because this has now got bulk under it, because you can see you've got that layer underneath, so it's a little bit bulky. So I would wait on this piece and sign them all, and then just attach them all. All right. Now, to add a little bit of bling bling to kind of zhuzh it up, this would be fine, completely fine to send. And I just wanted to show you that this fits into an average size envelope, right? So if you had the embossing folder that had the snowflakes on it, that would be so pretty on here. And then when they open it, the card would sit right on their desk. You know this is going on a desk or a mantle anyway, so make yours stand out from everybody else's. Yours won't be falling over like everybody else's. The other thing is that Stampin' Up! Has these clear envelopes, so don't kind of overlook those. This looks kind of interesting because it looks like it's a card unto itself that way, but that's not really what it is. You could also add a second panel in here so that you have more of the snowflakes in here. I didn't bother with that because I told you this was going to be a simple card. So, but you certainly could do that. You could zhuzh it up a little bit. But let me add just a couple more. I'm going to use the iridescent rhinestones, and I'm going to use a few of the small ones. And let's see. One there. One there. And maybe one there. Okay. So when all is said and done, you have got a very, very sparkly card that took you 0 time to make. But has the right wow factor for you. It's got your greeting on the back, your greeting on the front, the greeting on the back, and it's going to fit perfectly on someone's desk or mantle. Okay, so let me flip you down again. Okay, so that was it. It was a super, super simple card today because that's just the kind of week it's been. And yeah, I know it's Tuesday, but that's kind of week it's been. So super simple, but you could do that with any designer series paper you have. I happen to love this foil. I just think it's so pretty that I feel like it's definitely a step up. I will go back and make a second card using the flocked paper and see how that looks. I might put that on slightly darker paper. I might put it on the Starry Night paper. I think that would be really pretty. So I will give that a shot and I will certainly let you know how it goes. So if there's anything that you saw that you need here tonight, oops, rewind. I wanted to remind you about the fitting florets. Fitting florets is available now to everybody, but will sell out. The fitting florets bundle, which is the stamp set and the dies only. So the stamp set and the dies only. This will be in the upcoming spring catalog, but the gorgeous paper, the accessories, and the best framed and festive stamp set ever. Those would be really nice greetings on the back of this card too. I love this. Excuse me. They can all be purchased separately, but you could get the whole bundle, 163129 Fitting Florets collection for $97.50, and you get all of that. I encourage you, if there's anything there you see, get it now because it will sell out. Watch, I'll be wrong. But I don't think so. I don't think so. This has been incredibly popular with demonstrators. I think a lot of people are starting to order packs, several packs of paper, which is what you can finally do even as a demonstrator. And the holiday greetings. Enough said, right? Okay, thanks for tuning in. I will see you next Tuesday. Please, please go back to any demonstrator that you saw. I think I have too much cold medicine in me. Please reach out to me or to any demonstrator who brought you here if there's anything that you need or any questions you have, and she'd be happy to help you out. I will see you guys again next Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.